All right. Hello, everyone. You might notice something a little bit different today, and that's because I am trying something a little bit different. You see, I didn't really feel like doing face cam, so I decided to do a soft debut of lovely, my absolutely lovely PNG tuber model, as made by Gull the Cactus. So this is my main OC, my sweet love, the space pirate queen, Cecily Duskblossom. So I will be playing with her today instead of seeing me. But as you can see, she is always beautiful. I'd also like to point out this magnificent background by Zepeku Scenes off of Patreon. You'll find them linked in my video description. Without further ado, let's go to the game. We will be going with more Rogue Trader today, as you saw in the video description. Also, as a minor accessibility note, I am streaming and actually controlling my game using keyboard and mouse, and I tend to move things rather quickly. I apologize for any sort of whiplash that might cause for you, but that's just a warning.
In this tapestry of a world, I am the rogue threat.
There are things to take in here.
What is that?
Plasma conduits blaze with energy capable of powering a vast void ship. And that is an interesting camera choice. Just a little bit of jank for everyone. So,
Patience. Oh, my nerves are frayed.
And here we are in the Lord Captain's quarters. Let's poke around a little bit.
Curiosity sings in my veins.
Yes, it does. And there is nothing that I can interact with in here, but it is pretty to look at. She did have a wonderful setup. Oop, sorry. Little bit of a spoiler, maybe? Oh, we do love ourselves a good bath. Lord Valancius does have a wonderful bathing chamber, too. Such a luxury. Oh, no. Oh, no. What have we here?
One step at a time, amidst the madness.
What fresh horror do we have here? Theodora von Valancius's body is sprawled on the large, blood-drenched desk. The arch-militant's corpse, still clutching a weapon, is slumped against one of the bulkheads. Something heinous happened here. Let's see what it is.
Emperor, accept thy faithful souls. No! Lord Captain, I didn't hear a thing. Not a whisper, not a breath. It was so loud. Why didn't I foresee this?
Lord Captain, who would even dare? Unless that rat, Whitefear.
Well, he was a traitor, but he was a bit of a creep, and a little bit of a sadist, too.
It could have happened in the heat of battle. Not to mention that Mort was here, and he would have protected Lady Theodora to the last.
Indeed, he would have.
How could Mort have failed her so terribly? The Arch-Militant was born on a death world. He had lightning-fast reflexes.
Give me one moment, my lovelies. I'm going to turn off the cursor capture because that's driving me a little bit bonkers. And I'm sure it probably does for you. Okay. He had lightning-fast reflexes. Well, obviously not fast enough. You lean closer to the body. The cause of death is apparent. What ended the rogue trader's life was an auto-pistol shot. An extraordinary accurate one at that. Theodora's face bears an expression of surprise. The last emotion she experienced in life. Something on the floor catches your eye. A heap of blood-spattered parchments and scrolls. It must have fallen off the desk. As you lean down for a closer look, you notice something else. Small shards of glass scattered on the floor. You know, if we have the ability to talk to a dead body, we may as well try it.
It doesn't work like that. I can try to read the memories of objects, but dead bodies are a different story. Something like that would require her soul. And after what we saw on the officer's deck, I won't risk searching for it in the warp.
Well, that is an eloquent no. An auto-pistol shot went straight through Mort's forehead, spraying the floor and the furniture around with blood, brain matter, and shards of his skull. The safety on the Arch-Militant's weapon is off. The killer must have been a split second quicker than he. Oh. Oh my gosh, Taylor, hi! Thank you so much. Everybody who's watching this, Taylor is one of my friends in the TTRPG space. I will also be appearing on her channel this week as a guest on her show. So thank you, Taylor, for popping in. Yay, it's lovely to see you. And I hope you enjoy. And I really don't like that the audio is exclusive and it shuts off whenever I pop out to another window, but I really must try a shout out. See if my bot commands are working. And it looks like my bot command is not working, so that's something to tinker with. Oh, yay! Still, lurks are welcome. Lurks are very welcome. But if you happen to see something interesting, yes, I hope that it'll be good background noise for you. And I'll be poking at my chatbot a little bit later. Ugh. Oh, they certainly are. They certainly are a menace. And considering that this is the first time that I've actually tried, well, doing something more in depth with them.
I see streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights, faces drawing closer. Lady Theodora and Conrad and what is that? Ah! Something dark, enormous. Oh, this glass thing was something foul, that's for sure. Tainted witchcraft.
A handwritten letter with a seal. Oh. Esteemed Theodora, a change in circumstances has demanded your immediate assistance in our mutual cause. Forthwith, upon receiving this letter and upon performing the necessary preparations of the crew, you are to depart for the Rykad system. One of my acolytes, Interrogator Heinrich von Kallax, operates there at the present time. Upon your arrival in the system, you will, without delay, make contact with him and offer any assistance required of you, after which you will provide him passage to the Furibundus system on your ship. On footfall, the Interrogator will remove himself from your presence to await further instructions. And it's not letting me read it anymore because it's being a pain. Technology. Sends a shiver down your spine. The author of this letter addressed to Theodora von Valancius signed it with the seal of one of the holy ordos of the Emperor's Inquisition, the secret police of the Imperium that relentlessly haunts heretics, Xenos, and other enemies of humanity.
Yes. The crucible of battle calls to me once more. No, wait! We must see if we can find anything.
Idira, you can't bring her back. Let her go.
You'd give up so easily, old man? I expected as much from the sister. It's not like she has a heart. But you? Oh, no. I'll get to the bottom of this. I'll find the one responsible for murdering the Lord Captain. And when I do, that scum will regret the day they were born.
And, being someone who can kill things with her mind, well, she can make good on that promise. And give me a moment, everyone. I am resettling a large cat on my lap.
What lies beyond?
And of course, it wouldn't be such a grandiose setting without one's own private chamber organ? The parlor organ seems to have been sitting idle for many years. Okay.
Look no further.
A bizarre fragment hung on a trophy board. The light, smooth surface of the object is dotted with dark spots and crumbling holes. We do love ourselves a bizarre fragment. Oh goodness. Another game setting that I need to tinker with is so that the screen doesn't wander off whenever I move my mouse. Fantastic. And highlight everyone so that they all move.
I am at your service.
When the faithful are idle, heresy grows. I have a different perspective.
Yes, you do.
Serve the dynasty. Something ominous lurks ahead.
Your seneschal is always there for you.
With fire and vigor, our Emperor, imbue us! Your Emperor won't save you!
Oh, more of these assholes. All right. I don't need these tutorials, and if you're curious, you can look them up.
It will be done.
Brace for impact, charge, and endure. Okay.
That's not the seneschal's job.
Ah,
I will do my duty.
okay.
Let's see. What if? A wicked thought. Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it. As the you, my Emperor. Be gone.
You are target. I took care of this one.
Shields me off.
It's me. Engine.
Well, that was rude.
That is not my destiny.
I'm not interested.
Ha! I keep on forgetting you have to actually move them there first.
Victory is imminent.
Schemes within schemes. Rejoice in battle! Fate without deeds is worthless. Was farewell. A genius at work.
I wouldn't say that if you keep missing.
Let's see. I'll do it. Be gone. To the ordinary, I am an enigma.
Let's see here. Choose a talent. Ooh. Oh, it's been a moment, so I keep on forgetting how to do these things. Psychic Barrage, dismantling attack. Complete. And I know that I have this set to multi-stream to other channels, but for some reason, it isn't showing my chat on my other platforms. So that's something else that I'm going to have to poke with. I'm sorry, and I do apologize. Okay. Oh. Interesting. Oh. Fantastic. Hmm. Okay. We have leveled up, everyone. And now we loot the bodies. What all do we have here that I can use? If their intelligence is less than 35, I know who can use this. Oh, hello. I hate to say this, but his intelligence is below 35, so he can use that. Hmm. That's a 3 to 5. Oh. That's beautiful. Don't mind if I do. Okay.
In this tapestry of a world, I am the rogue thread.
And what a mess. Oh.
The Whispers told me how.
The horrific vision is a product of the warp energies that permeate the bridge. Oh no, not good. Not good at all.
The first sacrifice opens the eye. The second sacrifice draws its gaze.
Oh, not this guy again.
Help has arrived. Too late to change the tide of... God, Emperor, preserve us. The rogue traitor is dead. The ship has lost her Lord Captain, and the house its head. No matter what ritual Kunrad is performing there, the warp is too strong. I cannot withstand it. I feel my body changing with every second. The warp is ringing in the air. This is the end. We will perish in the warp, along with the Warrant and all the dynasty's heirs. The enemy of humanity has triumphed.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
I've seen it before. We'd better get away from him. The changes are already accelerating.
Words worthy of a righteous soul.
Save the lofty words for later, will you? The navigator's ready to take the ship out of the warp if he gets some help from the bridge.
Then we have no right to bow our heads.
You can see Conrad Voitvir clearly in the gloom of the bridge. The broken blade he is holding is stained with dark drops that seem to have a pearlescent glimmer to them. Oh.
We are out of time.
Ethelthrad bites his knuckle, desperately thinking. You see a wave ripple across the whites of Ethelthrad's eyes and they begin to turn. a sickly yellow. To the party, ready your weapons. If we are to die this day, let us die with honor.
No. To die altogether is to allow the flame of the dynasty to perish in the dark. No. It will not be like this. Not today.
Not today.
The ritual will not be completed. I'll take care of it. And you, see to it that the void ship breaks free from the warp. Watch over our realm. And farewell. Accursed traitor! A time will come when you will bleed for her ladyship Theodora's murder. Remember my words, for they are the vow of he who marches toward his death.
What? Theodora is dead? No, that can't be. Not now. I still haven't.
I still haven't. Oh, whatever.
Your ritual won't be finished, heretic!
And if you're just tuning in, hello. As you can see, oh, that isn't alarming at all. As you can see, I'm in the prologue of Rogue Trader. If you like to chat, feel free. If not, it's okay, feel free to lurk. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy some carnage. Okay. As in so many things, positioning is key. And I'm not going to put her out in the middle of there. However, I will with her.
What if?
It's never a good thing to have a bunch of minions around. So let's start with this one.
See? Oh, a genius at work.
All right.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. Thousands can escape the Emperor's judgment. I'll do it.
Oh.
I refuse.
This can only be used once per combat.
Power resides in the will of the righteous. Faith strike is a prayer.
Who else can we go after here? You.
As the none can escape the Emperor's judgment. That's why I was chosen.
Oh.
I'll do it. On it. But of course. I'll bring ruin.
All right. Brace for impact, and...
Follow my lead.
Oh. Inflicts bleeding.
At your beck and call.
Catch me again. See what happens.
Oh.
Oh, a wicked thought.
She seems to be enjoying herself.
Let's see. What? No.
No.
As the I am.
Not like that!
From the ashes, I will rise. Such is their will.
Ah. Well, that was not optimal. So it looks like we will just have to get rid of the minions.
Will do. What an unfortunate turn of fate. Was that you? Or...
I will do my duty.
Follow my lead.
Weapon at the ready.
Shoot.
Oh, too bad. I'm standing. I'm powerless to act. Even I won't do that. Schemes within schemes.
Can I fall back now? On it. No can do.
Okay.
I've suffered worse.
A wicked thought. Huh. What if?
My prescience has failed me. Anything else?
Can't use the heroics just yet.
The healing is much appreciated.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Pain soothes my soul.
Oh, and I see that I have some more viewers. Hello. Or if you've just come back, thank you for hanging out. As you can see, I am right in the middle of combat, so if I don't say hello to you immediately, that is probably why.
But of course. I'm not so sure.
I love all the different ways that they make the characters say no in here.
It will be done.
Oh, ew.
Never felt pain like this.
Time to prove my mettle.
A predictable downfall.
Aha! Well, good. Oh, a mantle of heroism.
They will see. Oh yes, they all will see.
The heir is dead. He sacrificed himself to save the entire dynasty.
A noble deed. Let the crew offer prayers for the hero who renounced his impure life in the name of humanity.
We won. Yes, in spite of all odds, we won.
Rivor, Master Helmsman, systems status report.
By the Emperor, it's the Seneschal, living and breathing. Oh, well, there's a tricky question. The old place is so overgrown with foul wickedry, we'll be scrubbing it off the vid screens for throne knows how long.
Yes, thank you for spraying some more guts all over the place. How did you people survive in here?
Must have been Providence. It better have been the Emperor's, not someone else's. When they barged in here, the ones with the Master of Whispers, some officers charged them, but it wasn't even a fight. I grabbed whoever I could and dragged them behind the cogitators. Then, I prayed for our rescue.
We need to re-establish contact with the Navigator's Sanctum. It is our only chance of escaping from the warp. Your words seem to knock the officers out of their stupor, and the air around you fills with voices and commands being issued. You hear someone sobbing, one of the survivors buckling under the stress. Abelard cuffs the crying officer without even looking.
Restore the Vox channel to the Navigator's Sanctum. Ready the crew. Prepare for translation to real space. You may call me superstitious, but translation is not a good time to disregard rules. You are the only one who speaks for House von Valancius. You may not be the Lord Captain, but you, more than anyone else, deserve to take her place in the ritual that is about to commence.
What must I do?
Take the Lord Captain's seat. Order the final preparations. Wait for the officers to report. Oh, blast it all to the void. Translation is a craft, not something to be explained in a tick. Just go up to the throne, mistress. These people are about to do the impossible. The least they deserve is the solace of seeing a figure sitting in the usual spot. And please hurry. Every second we waste is a terrible risk.
I am ready. Begin the ritual. Ooh, that's a big chair. I like that chair. The image before you is hazy, swaying in sorcerous currents invisible to mortal eyes, as if whatever is beneath this thin shell is constantly changing while still remaining the same. It has taken on the guise of Theodora, but the false rogue trader's eyes reveal the entity's true, surreal nature. One of Theodora's eyes is engulfed in otherworldly fire, the other a vessel of ancient evil bores into you. A voice seeps directly into your brain without ever reaching your ears, and this voice booms with all the horrors of the warp.
Who are you to oppose destiny itself for the sake of lives that are not your own? So many threads stretch between you and other creatures of your world. Pitiful, worthless links, ready to shatter at the slightest touch. A muddled, erratic, pointless tangle.
It resonates and merges with the voices that have already dug their foul roots into your consciousness. A moment later, you realize that all these voices are the myriad manifestations of the same call that has finally invaded your mind. I am saving my people. Do your worst, but you cannot stop me.
Lead them, mortal. Guide Force them to walk your path. You will need followers, for destiny is preordained.
The aspirant vowed to return with a trophy, a relic that could serve the edge of daybreak. That fate was assured, and the steps chosen. And yet, you broke the unbreakable when you took the aspirant's place. I see you. On the day when the final dawn rises over the Iron World, I see you by my side on that day. The day of my resurrection.
Your image is woven into the tapestry of things to come. I am the will of the weaver of destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. The thread that will guide you and the weapon of our return to me.
The path is set, child of the dawn. The thread is woven. Follow it, servant of mine.
Seneschal, the navigator's sanctum is silent. The Vox signal is stable, which means...
The navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the von Valancius flagship. We will honor his memory, along with that of all who died this day.
Seneschal, will you tell us now? Who is that? Where's the Lord Captain?
As First Officer, it is my duty to inform you, with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow, that Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius is dead. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty. By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision, it is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valancius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the Warrant of Trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, have you lost your tongues? Hail your lady. It is because of her toils that we all still live. The deed is done, mistress. My apologies. I meant to say Lord Captain.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was fruitless, but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members. Yet hope remained. For the second in line to the Rogue Trader dynasty survived. And through the strength of her resolve, saved those who were counting on her for protection.
And there we have the end of the prologue. I would say that was very intense. And only one of my party members died, so I would call it a success. Deep shadows of wariness can be seen on Abelard's face, though the old officer's eyes are keen. They rake over you from head to toe. He frowns, mutters something, then nods to himself. Well then, your ladyship. You cannot help but notice that the seneschal does not know how to talk to you, or where to begin. His hesitation brings an involuntary smirk to your face, as though something else or someone else entirely is gloating at the old officer's confusion. Seeing your smile, Abelard pulls himself together. You must now hold your first officer's briefing in your new role as Lord Captain. For many of those who are about to join us on the bridge, this will also be their first briefing. We sustained massive losses among the senior and middle-ranking officers. Some posts have had to be filled by the deputy's deputy, while others go unfilled entirely, and now the deck clans are deciding who will take over the leaderless crews. How did we come to lose so many officers? It appears the heretics were deliberately targeting the vessel's command. They knew exactly whom they were looking for, and where they could be found, which is unsurprising, given that their informant on board was our own Master of Whispers. Abelard grimaces. What is on the agenda for this meeting? Reports on the condition of the ship and crew. The Lord Captain is not usually drawn away from her important affairs to attend such routine briefings, but this is a unique situation. I am still receiving updates from across the ship, and they are not encouraging. Getting this bird to fly could take a gargantuan effort, even so far as you are personally negotiating with the authorities of the system we are currently in. So prepare to hear a bevy of complaints and excuses, your ladyship. Take this opportunity to get a good look at the officers who work 6 decks away from the bridge, and they in turn will have the honor of beholding the visage of their Lord Captain. Have you succeeded in tracking down Voitvir? Abelard grits his teeth. No, Lord Captain. In all the commotion, his trail went cold. Our people are still on the hunt for him and any mutineers who may still be skulking in the ship's many corridors. But, frankly, I would not be surprised to hear that we are now 1 shuttle short. I'm afraid that it will be some time before he answers for all that he has wrought. I am ready to start the briefing. Summon the officers. With a gesture, Abelard relays the order to the adjutants at the far end of the magnificent chamber. A dozen pairs of eyes bore into you, the expressions revealing restraint, joy, curiosity, and wariness. Attention officers, you have been granted an honor. Lord Captain Isabel von Valancius will personally conduct today's briefing. Our most gracious Lord Captain is ready to hear your reports. Perhaps you would introduce those present, Abelard. As you wish, your ladyship. Abelard points to a tall, slender woman whose body seems to contain as many implants as it does flesh. Vigdis Suri Otta of the Talaman line, our new Voxmaster. It is an honor to serve your ladyship. The Voxmaster offers a deep bow. Aboard this vessel, you have at your command thousands of crew members and hundreds of officers and section chiefs. I am responsible for receiving, processing, and sending all communications between you and them, as well as external sources. I am your eyes and mouth, Lord Captain. Beside her is Ravor, the Master Helmsman. He steers our ship along the course set by the Lord Captain and monitors the void around us, to ensure that we do not stray into an asteroid field or a pirate trap. The bearded man with pale, almost transparent skin, large dark circles under his eyes and a dour expression that seems hardwired into his face, gives a sullen nod. Hail, Lord Captain. This here ship's good as home to me, so rest assured she's in safe hands. I'll die before I let her come to any grief. And lastly, our high factotum, Janris Danrock, who oversees supplies, procurement, and the general material well-being of the ship. Dressed in an embroidered jacket, the heavy-set man with oiled hair offers an obsequious smile and bows. It is an honor, your ladyship. You may trust me with all matters concerning your comfort. Everything will be done to the highest standard. In the second row, we have the 3 officers charged with overseeing the ship's vital functions. The Master of Ordnance is responsible for the artillery aboard, the Infernus Master, whose crew work is to prevent and extinguish fires on the ship, and lastly, the Drives Master, servant of the Omnissiah. The 3 officers salute you. The Infernus Master does so with confidence, while the Master of Ordnance betrays nervousness. The Drives Master offers a salute resembling a dance, involving the complicated manipulation of all of the Tech Priest's mechadendrites. And for those unfamiliar with Tech Priests, those are the kind of tentacle, it says on the ship, tentacle-like robotic limbs, prosthetic surgically attached to the spine. It's basically the additional little mechanical arms that the Tech Priests use. Is that everyone? Unfortunately, our choirmaster, the esteemed Zachary Weiss, head of the Astropath section, is unable to join us. He is in charge of communications with distant star systems. Master Weiss has been in a trance for some time now, attempting to contact other planets in the Von Valancius Protectorate and inform them of Lady Theodora's passing and Conrad Voitvir's treachery. I will deliver a report on your ladyship on the Astropath's progress as soon as it is possible to do so. It is equally regrettable that 2 more individuals worthy of mention cannot join us at the briefing. The Master-at-Arms and Confessor Adalbert. The eminent Adalbert must see to the funeral services being held for the fallen officers, of whom there are too many for him to take leave from the chapel. And Mistress Sauerback, who has replaced her late predecessor as our Master-at-Arms, is currently leading the search for any surviving agents of Voitvir. All others present are adjutants, secretaries, and deputies. They are here to make a record of proceedings. Okay. And before we delve any further into the minutiae of this meeting, I think it's a good time for all of us to step away and take a break. I need to stretch, get some water, and, I'll take care of my comfort needs. I suggest that you all do the same. And I will be back in about 5 minutes. I hope to see you then. Oh yes, hello, there we are again. It seems that I somehow
Oh yes, hello, there we are again. It seems that I somehow act. Oh yes, hello, there we are again. It seems that I somehow
accidentally turned something off, as I have the talent to do.
turned something off, as I have the.
And now that I am back, let us get back to the minutiae of this magnificent meeting, because, well, something that a lot of games don't adequately portray is the intensely boring bureaucracy that goes along with waging war. I know it's not exciting, but you'll have to bear with me. So, first of all, I wish to hear the Infernus Master's report. Yes, Lord Captain. The tall man bows his head in deference. I can report that all fires across all decks have now been extinguished. The preliminary damage assessment in terms of material losses and crew casualties has been completed. The results have been submitted to the Seneschal and to the High Factotum. The post passed to him after the previous Infernus Master and his next 3 deputies expired in the line of duty. Abelard remarks in a low voice pitched for your ears only. The lad is managing well so far. He can take the heat, so to speak. High Factotum, what have you to report? We are toiling day and night to compile a full account of the losses. The task will require next to no involvement from your ladyship. I will personally ensure that all damaged components are given into the tech priest's hands for attention, and that all lost supplies are replaced. There is only one resource that I cannot replenish single-handedly, and that is people. We have lost more than 2,000 crew members, and unfortunately this number is not confined to the scum from the lower decks, which are easily replaced, but also includes trained professionals. We will be able to make up our losses on the nearest planet, Rykad Minoris. However, the planet, the whole system in fact, belongs to the Winterscale rogue trader dynasty. We simply cannot begin recruiting on the planet without first coming to an understanding with the governor. In that respect, I am powerless. Negotiations at this level are a matter for the rogue trader. Especially true given Caligos Winterscale's penchant for attacking first and asking questions later, the kind of thick-skulled thugs he usually installs as governors on his planets, rumbles Abelard, frowning. Drives Master, I will hear from you now. A voice distorted by a Vox retranslator emerges from under the tech priest's scarlet hood. Lord Captain, the foes that set upon this noble void ship destroyed the repositories of hundreds of machine spirits. The great warp engine entrusted into my charge is unharmed, thank the Omnissiah, but its spirit mourns its dead brethren. We have not yet identified a prayer protocol capable of assuaging its sorrow and anger. With great sorrow, I must also report that the Engine Seer Prime, overseer and spiritual authority of all tech priests on board, fell in battle. The Magus was betrayed by the little flesh that remained part of him, a most terrible loss. There is no one among my comrades aboard whose experience and comprehension of the sacred protocols equals that of the fallen Magus. We require a replacement, and as soon as possible. I see. Thank you. The tech priest bows her head. Master Helmsman, deliver your status report. Right you are, Captain. To cut a long story short, the outlook is bleak. The ship's sound, more or less, but without our Engine Seer Prime and Navigator, who fell in battle, we have no way out of the system. If we try to set so much as a toe into the warp, I don't know what'll happen first, our warp drive being torn to pieces, or all of us melting into the bulkheads. Your ladyship, if you will allow me to interject. When we arrived in this system, my crew followed standard protocols and conducted a count of all of the available communication channels in the region. One of them was a Navis Nobility station. The station maintains complete Vox silence, but even its presence here inspires hope. To have located a navigator in the very same system is an incredible stroke of luck, a true blessing from the God Emperor. A sharp bolt of pain lances through your skull, as if in response to what you just heard. You understand that it is not the God Emperor you should thank for such good fortune. The words of the demon that appeared before you during the translation to real space echo in your mind. I am the will of the Weaver of Destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility, the thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. If I were you, I'd grab this chance with both hands, or else you'll soon be eyeing up asteroids to use as your new residence. In slightly less shitty news, we can go round and round the system till our heads are swimming, as long as the promethium and supplies last. And if any thick-as-rock shit lowlifes come sniffing around, we'll be able to take them out. So don't you worry on that score. Master of Ordnance, do you have anything to report? The Master of Ordnance gives you a gloomy look. No. My job's simple. Maintain the arsenal and fire where I'm told. But just ask anyone. We've got no able crew. No Lord Captain. Master of Ordnance, you forget yourself. So what? Comes the officer's hostile and bitter reply. It is as if a dam has burst inside and all his pent-up emotions are rushing out of him. The ship's in ruins, every second officer's dead, and now we've got a Green Lord Captain who's supposed to lead us to void knows where. Silence! The bridge's magnificent glass panes seem to tremble under the force of Abelard's roar. Enforcers, seize this mutineer! Abelard grunts. If only one officer out of the whole lot has fallen to pieces, then that's not bad at all. Your ladyship, I do humbly apologize on behalf of the entire crew. What would you have us do with the Master of Ordnance? The former Master of Ordnance, I should say. Besides find a replacement, that is, for we already have one lined up. Practicality. Experienced Masters of Ordnance are few and far between, so for that reason he may remain in post. I leave his punishment at your discretion, Abelard. 20 lashes a month for the next half cycle. Deprivation of officers' rations and privileges for the same period, with the option to extend. Record that in his file. Abelard stares unblinkingly at the Master of Ordnance. Cease your sniveling. You disgrace yourself and your entire clan. Enough! The hysterics are over. Let us resume. The Master of Ordnance stands up, wiping the blood from his broken nose. His face is the picture of shock. What just happened seems to be dawning on him only now, and the knowledge of the fate he so narrowly escaped. To summarize, we have sustained serious losses in crew members, and we require a new engine seer prime and navigator. Is this all that is preventing us from continuing the voyage? Precisely, Lord Captain, but bear in mind that this will not be the end of our trials. The ship's systems must be properly inspected for major damage, which can only be carried out at Footfall Station, home to the only dockyard in the sector, but we will never reach Footfall without first solving these 3 immediate problems. And I've heard enough talking from all of them. I don't know about you. So I'm going to move on. Thank you for all of your reports. Dismissed. The assembled officers salute you as one. Your ladyship, there is one other thing. A confidential matter of the utmost importance. Lady Theodora, Abelard hesitates, your eternally esteemed predecessor, brought the ship here to this system for a reason. She was given a secret commission. You perhaps are wondering who has the authority to commission a rogue trader to do anything? And I shall tell you, the Lord Inquisitor, the hand of the Emperor, the chief architect of his will in the Coronis expanse. I came across a strange handwritten letter on Theodora's desk. It was signed XC. You are referring to the contents of that note, I presume? Yes, quite right. XC. Javier Calcazar. Lady Theodora was to seek out the Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man, one Heinrich von Calix. An interrogator, you must understand. All I know is that he is somewhere in this system, that we must find him and offer him whatever assistance he requires, and then deliver him to Footfall in the Furibundus system. Finding him without any more information to go on will be difficult indeed. But an Inquisitor is an important individual. The authorities in the system, either the Navis Nobilite, or the governor of Reichad Minoris, may know something. That is all of it, your ladyship. You have a great deal of work ahead of you, but it is a mere taste of the daily burden of a rogue trader. Soon you must take up the reins of the von Valancius Protectorate. Abelard gives you another scrutinizing look, as if trying to gauge how long you will hold out under this mountain of problems. His face softens slightly, and it seems he is about to offer some words of encouragement. Idira, Sister Argenta, explain yourselves. And for a quick pause, hi, if you are just joining in, I have just finished the prologue of Rogue Trader, and I'm about ready to start getting into some real trouble. I've just finished the big bureaucratic meeting, so we shall get back to it. The Sister of Battle grimly nods toward Idira. The Psyker is suffering some ailment or dark madness. She insisted on seeing the rogue trader. I judged that it would be unwise to leave her unsupervised. For a brief moment, Sister Argenta's voice sounds hesitant. I was also hoping to approach you with a personal request, but it can wait. Speak with me when you have time, rogue trader. Idira's glazed eyes rove over those assembled. One word bursts from her lips. Daybreak. Idira, come to your senses. Damn it! Idira presses her fingers to her temples in desperation. Your ladyship. Here's the thing, I was trying to see the immediate future, and it hit me so hard. My head is still spinning. Something very strange is heading our way, and I can't make out what it is, no matter how hard I try. A single word is all I can make out. Daybreak, or maybe it's dawn, and it's ringing and ringing like an echo, like a bell. But if it's daybreak, then why is it so dark? We cannot extract any information of value from a single word. Can you tell us anything else, Mistress Tlass? No, not yet anyway. The voices are going berserk, all shouting at once. I can't make any sense of it. As soon as I know or sense anything, I'll report it, all right? Lord Captain, if you want me to take a closer look into your future, find me on the bridge and we can talk. Lady Theodora was well served by my whispers on many occasions, and I'm sure you would benefit from them as well. The Psyker's bitten lips stretch into a wry smile. If there's nothing else of value to report, I declare this briefing concluded. It is time to get to work. And now we can finally get going. One thing that I do love about this setting is that the machinery itself is alive. Looks like they got that desk cleaned up rather quickly. As the ship makes its way through the star system, a strange fatigue falls over you. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the quill you have been using to draw up yet another order falls from your hand. You raise your head with a start. Someone else is here in your study. You stand up and stare at the dozens upon dozens of corpses surrounding you. Among their number, you recognize the disfigured and bloodied faces of those who died on the ship's bridge, and those you met in your previous life. How is this possible? Where are the enforcers posted to stand guard? It matters not. You are alone against a horde of heretics risen from the darkness to take your life. As of its own accord, the shard lying on the edge of the desk, the sole remnant of Kunrad Voigtvir's weapon, slips into your hand. The metal is searing cold. The dead sway from side to side, closing in around you in a nightmarishly slow advance. Stop! I did not wish for any of you to die. The dead remain deaf to your words, creeping ever closer with the inevitability of death itself. You belatedly realize that your trembling hand has found the shard when its razor-sharp edge cuts into your palm. An unbearably bright light floods everything around, and you find yourself surrounded by groveling minions, their bodies shivering in your mere presence. Your hands no longer wield a pitiful shard, but a majestic and intricate weapon, a skillfully crafted sword with strange, unnerving proportions. A curved design and an unusual hilt adorned with the image of a closed eye. The eye opens wide, revealing a gaze so ancient and dark that it steals your breath away. You have felt this gaze before, there on the bridge, and the voice that appears in your mind only confirms your guess. The tapestry is woven, the path is chosen. Accept your fate, champion. I am the sword's master, not its servant. Remember that. You feel the sword's immense weight pulling you down. You resist its will for a moment longer before collapsing to the ground, to the sound of odious laughter. The strain is such that you fear your back could break at any moment. Vogue, the first dawn, is hereby woven into the tapestry of your fate. Seek the second dawn in the hands of she who rises above its future dominion. The former aspirant fell, and thus the new one will become the chosen of the Weaver of Destinies. Make mortals serve you as their god and become the vessel of the Edge. You awaken from the vision kneeling next to your desk, clothes drenched in sweat and with a sour taste on your tongue. Your head is ringing, and you struggle to recall those faces and the image of the sword in your hand. Only the deep cut on your palm and the bloodied shard lying on the floor remind you of what just transpired. I don't know about all of you, but that was creepy as shit. I'm not holding on to that. You would rather die than touch that thing again, so you reach a shaking hand for your vox and call for a servitor. Now you just have to wait for the mindless automaton to arrive, pick up the cursed artifact, and head for the nearest airlock to be claimed by the void. I don't know about you, but I don't think that's the last we're going to be seeing of that. The light glinting off the polished skull of some unknown Xenos skull makes it seem like the bony face is mocking you. How cheerful. And before I forget, I think I am going to level up, so give me a moment. Fascinating from somebody born on a death world. Well, I suppose that would factor in. And next, we have the lovely sister. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Oh, I like that. Whenever the Psyker kills an enemy with a psychic power dealing more damage than the target's wounds, the excess damage will be dealt to the enemy closest to the target. Make them share the pain. And I'm going to give him thick skin, as he seems to be, well, the tank of the group. All right, and now that I've... Well, let's see. Now that I've leveled up, it's always a good time to pause and remember to update the gear. If I can. Nothing that I can add yet, sadly. And now that there aren't corpses strewn everywhere, I'm going to take a bit of a look. Lots of books. Okay.
I won't sully myself with that.
Accidental keyboard press. As I've said in my prior stream, they do such a lovely job of the voices of making the characters say no instead of saying, I can't do that. They'll be like, bitch, no. Oh. All right. Very cool. It looks like these were probably backers or contributors of some kind. That's wonderful. Okay. This is useful. The various armor pieces that I can use. The ticking of the clock is too quiet for its bulky size. Okay. Oh, I did not intend to do that. Link your account. No, thank you, not at this time. The positions of the pieces on this board suggest that this game of regicide was interrupted. If that isn't a metaphor, I don't know what it is. Ugh, and I really do need to change that mouse wander, because that bugs me. And here we are.
Lord Captain?
Okay.
A noble aspiration, Lord Captain. I am ready to acquaint you with all the particulars that interest you. You know, Lord Captain, I am no admirer of fine art. But when we next find ourselves in a civilized port, with time to spare, I will promptly find an artist and commission a portrait of the individual to whom you refer, with a hole between the eyes. Conrad Voigtveer. That he committed his treachery and escaped with his life was an unforgivable oversight. We both served Lord Captain Theodora for many years, and we never saw eye to eye. He was brash. He was never afraid of assuming responsibility, and he willingly took on difficult tasks. I am loath to admit it, but the von Valancius Protectorate continues to reap the fruits of his labors to this day. His service always garnered my respect. But everything else about him made me want to wring the neck of that two-faced snake. If you are taking comfort in the thought that we will hear no more of Conrad, prepare to be disappointed. You thwarted his plans, his meticulously plotted and nurtured treachery. He is sure to attempt to strike at you, and he will use his contacts and knowledge of the Protectorate to do so. The only question, Lord Captain, is whether you will be able to anticipate his next steps.
A note to viewers, I've paused in my dramatic readings of the narration because I do need to give my voice a rest. So I will leave it all up to your imagination for now.
This is a topic for an official briefing, not a casual conversation. But I will try to answer succinctly, and if you permit, in my own words. The Coronis Expanse is considerably removed from the heart of the Imperium. This means that local warp routes become useless within months. Established pathways are regularly subject to attacks from all kinds of rabble. And in the only major port, the Imperium's frigates find themselves moored alongside pirate vessels. Until recently, the Coronis Expanse could hardly have been called a region of the Imperium. The situation has changed with the arrival of the Lord Inquisitor, but not by much. This place operates under its own rules, you see. More radical, so to speak. But ones that allow for a non-standard approach where there is a promise of victory. The Coronis Expanse is considered rogue trader territory for a reason. Only rogue traders have sufficient military might, audacity, and the rights granted them by the warrant to survive the leap into the unexplored part of the Expanse, and in the event of a successful outcome, to hold on to whatever they manage to capture on the frontier.
Oh, okay.
In the first instance, you should treat official representatives of the Imperium with respect. The Expanse may be on the fringes, but it still numbers among the territories of the Golden Throne. The arrival of the Lord Inquisitor has turned the Coronis Expanse into a less wild and uncontrolled region, to the regret of some individuals who had grown inured to the local lawlessness. Rogue traders such as yourself are also servants of the Imperium. They have been accorded special rights and powers. They wield immense authority within their territory, and they enjoy absolute respect in other parts of the Expanse. The most powerful of them are Caligos Winterscale and Incendia Bastal Chorda. Tread carefully when dealing with either of them.
Incendia. Now that certainly is a name. And for those of you who have just dropped in, hello. It's lovely to see you. Feel free to chat if you'd like, but also, if you'd rather not, you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy some fine bureaucracy before I go off on my very first mission in this game.
If we are to speak of unclaimed territory, which is what Footfall is, among the scum that dwells on that handful of asteroids, there are 3 factions that wield considerable influence in the sector. The first is the Kazbala Commission, organized crime in its most primitive form. It holds sway over the Liege of Footfall and has links to rogue trader Winterscale. The second faction is an offshoot of our shining ecclesiarchy, followers of St. Drusus. They are actively building their forces and hold influence over rogue trader Chorda. And finally, the third faction, the Explorators, a wing of the Adeptus Mechanicus. They are willing to die and kill for the secrets of the ancient technological heresies that are hidden among the stars of the Coronis expanse.
Oh. The Mechanicus are, if I'm to be honest, one of my favorite factions in this setting, because as a disabled person, sometimes, well, let's be honest, more often than not, I'm familiar with my flesh betraying me. Okay. I also love the lore in this setting that treats all machines as if they are alive. Because who among us hasn't wondered every now and then if our computer or any other appliance that we're dealing with is possessed? Perhaps it's chaos. Perhaps the machine spirit is simply displeased.
As you wish, Lord Captain. As you wish, Lord Captain. What would you like to know? I used to be an officer in the Navis Imperialis. No. I used to be is not quite right. It was not simply a job. It was my calling. The essence of my life. I was proud to serve Lord Captain Theodora, but in my heart and mind, I'm still an officer of the Imperium. I met Lord Captain Theodora on a mission where the Imperial Navy was providing reinforcement to the rogue traders' army on one of the frontier worlds. Our acquaintance was not easy. Working with people outside the Navy hierarchy has never been my strong suit. It was to my great surprise then, that after the mission's completion, I received a referral to leave my service in the Navy and join the rogue traders' personal council. It was a difficult choice for me, but I saw in the offer a chance to serve the interests of humanity even more effectively than in the Navis Imperialis. You do not need me to tell you just how remarkable a person Lord Captain Theodora was. I recognized her at once as a true leader and formidable creative force, one who had built a protectorate amidst the dangers and wildness of the expanse.
Now we have some choices. I can ask a very safe question about his career, or I can start being a nosy bitch. Let's face it, being a nosy bitch is fun. So, let's go for it.
What? Lord Captain, any allegations of improper feelings or unsanctioned relations are utterly baseless and bordering on the insulting. Utterly baseless.
Methinks he doth protest too much.
Of course. Lord Captain.
I do enjoy making these stoic characters uncomfortable. It is such fun. Let's take a look at who else is where on here. We've got a bridge officer, bridge officer, bridge officer. The bridge technomat. I have a feeling that if I go over there, I'll be told to politely take my organic flesh elsewhere. Hmm. They saw it again. It was on the middle decks this time. Ship's haunted, probably. Hmm. That was an odd ambient sound. Random grunting while the ship's map was up. That was uncomfortable. And if you've just dropped in, hello, it's good to see you. As you can see, I am a little bit lost, but I'm also taking care of all the wonderful little companion conversations before I go into my first mission. Oh.
All right, let's hear what they're whispering about you. Seek not on firm ground, but in a golden hall suspended in the void. There waits a child without kin, but with a name blind to truth. She draws the brush across the canvas and does not notice that her palette is full not of paint, but of blood. And with each smear, this well does not deplete, but fills and fills up to the brim. One thing is clear. When this vessel overflows, none will remain unstained.
Oh. That's not ominous at all, isn't it?
Among the blind men and false prophets, a red-robed sage seeks the answer to a question. He does not know that it is not the answer he must seek, but the question that will draw everything into focus. Will you help him, rogue trader? But mark that sometimes ignorance is sweeter than oblivion.
So, a red-robed sage. She's probably talking about the Inquisitor. Or perhaps a tech priest. We'll see.
A chained hound chases after glimmers of the aurora, but sparks in the scent of oil confound his nose. A chain trails after him. What will happen if you pick it up? Will you become his mistress? Or merely another beast in the pack of his true lord? The glow of dawn bursts forth from its prison. Dungeon walls cannot contain the dark essence wallowing in the dust. A naive cub pushes his nose into a familiar hand, one that holds death in twisted glass. Cherish it or cast it off as a burden. The sword of change has already been raised. What is one more life to it? I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The voices are going wild. I can't make out a thing. I'll try to rein them in, somehow. But for now... What are you talking about, Lord Captain?
Now, some of these questions do seem a little bit odd because, as a refresher, my character is a sanctioned psyker. But we will see how that affects the dialogue.
Look, Lady Theodora couldn't care less if some eggheads measured my brains or not. It's not about the seal on your forehead, get it? It's about what's in your gut, if it's rotten or not. My gut's stronger than the adamantine on this here ship, and my implants are better than the ones they put in you on your Terra. If they weren't, I wouldn't have lived as long as I have.
Well, that's interesting. I wonder where she comes from then.
Lyra, an outlying world in the Heathen Stars region. In the Coronis Expanse, the deeper you go, the less visible the Astronomicon gets, and the less people know about the Imperium. The arrival of a rogue trader is the best thing that can happen to a world like that. The very best.
Oh, interesting.
It's an out-of-the-way planetoid between two faint stars. On Lyra, a dozen local tyrants fight over 5 measly continents. But they use everything they can to win, from poison to psychers. I haven't been there in many years, but there's nothing for me to miss. Trust me.
I'm sure I can sympathize.
But here on the ship is a different story altogether. I saw more wonders in my first year serving Lady von Valancius than I'd seen in my whole life on Lyra. Like my first journey through the warp, I was in bed for 3 days. I felt like supernovas were exploding in my head. I only found out later that I'd gotten off easy. Just through the bulkhead in the bay next to mine, a whole team turned into... Look at me rambling on, Lord Captain. Pay no attention.
Oh, it sounds like there were weaknesses in the Geller field. Fascinating.
It wasn't like it was a very fun trip, Lord Captain. But look, if you want to be entertained, I'm the woman for the job. I'll entertain you with one of the stories from my collection, no problem. But if you want to hear about the time I melted everyone in the bay next door, well, I just don't really want to go into the details on that one, all right?
Or not. A mishap. Tragic one.
Oh, I embroidered wall hangings in honor of our national heroes. I did the same thing I do here, Lord Captain. Divining. Our rulers prized the ability to see into the future. Every psyker that could be found was worth a small fortune on Lyra. There's no such thing as a peaceful life on Lyra. People like me were especially sought after. They'd pick psychers up wherever they found them, buy kids off their parents, even just abduct them. Take me, for instance. I got taken from my street gang. The older kids sold me when they noticed there was something off about me. The ruling dynasties had schools where they trained us and beat us black and blue. And then they packed us off to serve. Some of us held on for a long time, but others didn't last. Not everyone's as smart and talented as me, you know. Some people crossed the line. A few times. Not many. And if I think about it, why would I want to? I've got everything I need here. All the whispers I hear are familiar ones. They almost feel like family. And if I want to hear about the nightmares off the ship, I can. After some Amisec. But don't go getting the wrong idea. If I have to, I'll follow you to the edge of the galaxy. Theodora von Valancius paid a visit to the ruler I was serving at the time. I don't know what the visit was for, and it's no business of mine anyway. I can still remember the way the voices in my head changed when I looked at her. They were practically screaming. She had so much behind her, and plenty ahead of her too. As I gawped at her, all of a sudden I heard a whisper. A hint, a suggestion, nothing more. But I know the difference between idle chatter and a real threat. I seized my chance and approached Theodora. I managed to whisper a couple of words in her ear before the wardens dragged me away. They beat me and locked me up. No wonder. It wasn't my place to converse with outsiders. And then Theodora's people came for me. They broke down the wall, butchered the guards. All so I could tell them my warning in full. So I said the rest, but I didn't want to go back to my old life. And so I entered the service of the von Valancius dynasty.
Oh. Well, that was some daring. Good for you.
Of course, Lord Captain. The little sister is afflicted with her own set of voices, ones that whisper to her about corruption and heresy. The silly girl doesn't realize that if she wants to find the source, she needs to start by looking in her own head. Of course, always at your service, whenever you need me.
Ah, well, she's an interesting character. It'll be interesting to talk with her more. And again, as a periodic reminder, I don't use a controller for my games. I use a keyboard and mouse. It's a little bit easier for me, but it might lead to a little bit of whiplash, and for that, I do sincerely apologize. And the sister said that she had a personal favor for me. So it'll be interesting to see what that has to be.
Rogue Trader. I indeed have a request, Rogue Trader. The accursed servants of Chaos who assaulted this ship took the lives of your loyal crew members, and they orphaned many children, including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their posts until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are for cases like this in Von Valancia's territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, the children of such brave souls could expect to receive some special consideration. Perhaps the Rogue Trader could meet with the orphans?
Oh, so she cares about children, particularly orphans. Makes me wonder if perhaps she was one. Let's see here.
As you wish, Rogue Trader. Thank you for granting my request.
It doesn't hurt to boost morale a little bit. Oh. Interesting. Speaking from experience, it never hurts to do something to boost the morale. especially if you have people who are in your care. Do what you can to help boost their spirits, especially in times of turbulence or tragedy.
What? No.
Again, an accidental key press. Oops. All right. Interesting. And these are the only party members that I have, so we may as well. Oh, goodness. Right into the thick of battle. That's what I get for being tired of meetings. Yes, what is going on here? Oh, void ships. Ill thoughts. Oh, preachers. Oh, a tech priest. Fascinating. And on that note, I think it's time for another break. I try to take a break about once an hour to make sure that, well, to make sure that my sleep doesn't go numb. And to stretch, make sure that I'm well hydrated. And it's a good practice to follow. Always make sure that you're well hydrated and limber so that you can face any situation that you may come across. Again, it's time for my break. I will see you in about 5 to 10 minutes. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you soon. All right. Hello, everyone. I just had to step away for a quick moment to stretch my legs, but I'm back. I also needed to take care of a few game settings that were quite frankly bothering me, such as making the camera scroll whenever I moved my mouse towards the edge of the screen. I don't know about you, but that drives me utterly bonkers. So, we have just arrived at our first mission in a planet in a state of utter disarray. There are priests, there are rioters. It sounds like a party of the very worst kind. Let's get back into it, shall we? Okay. Well, let's first take a look at our map. We're going to need to go the other way. Unpause.
May his light harden our hearts.
Another annoyance.
Cross them.
Oh, lovely. It seems like they want to get the party started.
Let's make it quick. I've suffered worse.
Lovely.
On it.
Oh. That's unexpected, and it has tentacles. Oh my.
Not this scryer's job. No can do. Anything else?
Oh, a screamer of Zinch. Oh, Zinch. That's the noise. That's the noise god, isn't he? That's going to be interesting.
Let's get time to slaughter something.
Cleanses the body.
Well, let's get rid of that screamer, shall we?
Faith.
With a little bit of collateral damage. Oops.
A wicked thought. Even I won't do that. Let's see.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Let's get to it.
Just a minor setback.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm going to try and get rid of this screamer that's right in the middle of us.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
That seems like a problem.
At your beck and call.
Our existence is so fragile. What you've got. Let's get to it.
Let's make it quick.
Oh, that was unpleasant.
But of course. Anything else? Will do.
Let's.
Hold on.
A wicked thought.
Let's get to it.
Time to.
Why did I not foresee this?
Weather the storm.
Well, that was interesting.
Your sacrifice is inspiring. I'm in.
Let's get to it. Who wants some more? Brace yourself, Abelard.
See what you've got. Pain is but an illusion.
Well, 2 party members down. This isn't going well.
A genius at work.
Out of my way.
Yet. Not yet.
It will be done.
Mortality laid bare.
Hold on.
Death's hand reaches for me.
Okay, well.
I won't sully myself with that.
Let's get to it.
Not yet. Not yet.
And I don't really have any melee abilities yet. And if I step away, I'm probably going to die, so...
The taste of air.
So, I think the lesson is, better scout your surroundings before plunging into battle. And maybe not immediately use the psyker abilities and summon a minion of Siege right into the middle of your party. That was a little bit awkward. We have already been through this, so I'm going to click through it again as fast as possible. So, the lesson that I learned from that last, failed engagement was to, better check the field of battle before I go plunging right into it. It appears that there are things that I should probably stock up on supplies before I go running headfirst into the enemy. And I've heard mutters and grumbles about the combat in this game, and whether it's punishing or not, well, that's rather subjective.
Did you see that? They almost knocked us out of the air. Some bumbling idiot's going to regret that when he's dragged before the Lord Captain for questioning and trial.
I do not think the rogue trader should take a personal interest in a common crackpot. Summary execution will be sufficient.
I love that party banter for them trying to decide what I would or would not do. And you know what? I'm going to save right here so that if things go badly again, I don't have to go clicking through the dialogue again, because that was kind of a waste of time. So, here we go.
Oh, what an amusing attempt at defiance!
I'll turn you into corpse starch.
Well, everything is unavailable. Because everyone is back by the shuttle. That's delightful.
Let's get to it. Let's make it quick.
My ears are ringing.
Well, one perk to this is that, well, I won't be able to summon a minion of Sinch right into the middle of my party like I did before, because that was awkward and a little bit embarrassing.
Someone else can do this.
Ah, yes, always remember to move your party member. Always remember to move your party member before you direct them to attack.
Guided by faith. Thousands for the weak.
Sadly out of range.
Show me what you've got! Onward!
Let's get to it.
Cover me!
Oh, she's already having problems, so let's use a different ability instead.
That is not my destiny. Will do.
Shattered foes in my wake. What? No.
No.
Even I won't do that.
She would do anything for love, but she won't do that.
Here we go.
Let's get to it.
Let's make it quick. Out of my way.
Let's see here. Ho.
At your beck and call.
Well, that was magnificently useless.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Let's get to it. Here we go.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Well, let's see here. What can I do?
Anything else?
Give her some forewarning. I am incredibly wary because I don't want to summon another creature into my midst.
Will do.
Let's see. I won't sully myself with that.
I've suffered worse.
Let's get to it. Let's make it quick.
Just a minor setback.
Well, that was interesting. Too bad, so sad.
It will be done. Victory is imminent.
Hold on. Let's get to
I've
it.
suffered worse.
I know what is to come. But of course,
Let's live dangerously. Okay, good.
What if? Let's see.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Another star to my collection.
Good.
faith without deeds is worthless.
I'll revert to more conservative tactics.
And for those of you just joining in, hello. I'm in the middle of this combat, and things are going interestingly. At least I haven't summoned a minion of Tzeentch into the midst of my party like I did the first time.
I'm not so sure.
Step by step, I lead.
Making sure I'm not hitting anyone with friendly fire. That was disappointing.
Schemes within schemes. From every loss, twisted wonders emerge.
Doubt is weak. I should have foretold that. Not this Scryer's job. They who discern the future own the battlefield. Be gone. Will do.
Who else do we have?
On it.
Even I won't do that. War is my muse. Let's see. I won't sully myself with that. Another stroke of genius. Let's get to it. Understand? For me. Farewell.
Oh. That was unexpected, but nevertheless appreciated. At least she didn't turn everyone into soup. Oh. Okay. And now that I've figured that out, I think that I've kind of run out of gas, and it is time for me to go and get my beauty rest. Thank you for all of you who took a moment out of your day to share it with me. Even if we didn't speak, I nevertheless appreciated your presence. I hope to see you again very soon, and I hope that you have a beautiful day. Thank you, Taylor.